I own a lot of Meta glasses and I've tried a ton of accessories for them. Most of them are okay. I should probably return most of these. But I found a few that I think most Meta glasses owners would appreciate. So let's just get started with the best way to clean your glasses. This is the Whoosh Screen Shine, and it's one of the safest ways to clean your Metas since it contains no alcohol, ammonia, dyes, or fragrances. I've worn glasses most of my life, and when I found these pre-moistened Zeiss lens wipes, I use them all the time to clean my glasses. Now Meta themselves recommends avoiding all types of solvents or alcohol and to just use a dampened cloth with mild soap. Even though these Zeiss lens wipes contain a small amount of diluted alcohol, I figured they were still safe because I use them all the time on my regular glasses. I was wrong. When I got my first pair of Ray-Ban Metas, I used these wipes all summer when I was traveling around Asia because they were just so convenient. They were fine on the lenses themselves, but they kind of messed up the frame. Not sure how well this is showing on camera, but it left these spots all over that kind of look like water spots, but they're definitely not. I have tried everything to get them off, but they're pretty much part of the glasses now. After a lot of research, I eventually found that the cleaner that I already use to clean my phone and my computer monitor is one of the best solutions to clean your Meta glasses. With Whoosh or any cleaning solution, make sure you spray the cleaning cloth and not directly on the glasses themselves. Then just clean your glasses. And when you're done, dry them off and you're good to go. I've used Whoosh on my Meta displays, Vanguards, Houstons, and my Gen 2 Metas, and I haven't had any problems since using it. So if you're looking for a safe way to clean your Meta glasses, I can't suggest Whoosh enough. I always keep this small bottle in my bag, especially when I'm traveling. They do sell refills too, so you don't have to keep buying new bottles. As I was talking about earlier, I used my Ray-Ban Metas all summer when I was traveling around Asia. At the time I only had one pair, the Gen 1s, and I found that the hinges were slowly starting to loosen. So to tighten them, I overachieved and picked up this precision screwdriver. This electric screwdriver is from Xiaomi, and it's a great way to tighten the loose arms on your glasses. It comes with 24 S2 bits, and everything is stored neatly in this alloy case. The screwdriver has torque control with 2 levels, a low gear and a high gear. But it can also lock up and go into manual mode. In case you want to magnetize it, there's a small section down here that you set the bit on for about 10 seconds to make it magnetic. The screwdriver charges via USB-C in case you were wondering. For your Meta glasses, this works great. The bit you're going to need for the arms is the T3 bit. When tightening the hinges, the low torque setting prevents it from over-tightening. If it does feel like too much though, you can easily just loosen it. Is this going to do a better job than a small cheap screwdriver that you can toss into your pocket? Probably not. But if you're someone with a lot of gadgets, this is going to be a really useful tool. I've actually used this to fix things from my full frame cameras to my game controllers. Alright, back to my trip. When I was in Shanghai, it rained a lot, and the Metas can take some splashes, but the charging case for all of these are not water resistant at all, so you might want to pick up a case for your case. If you don't know, the IP rating uses 2 digits. The first number indicates the protection against solid foreign objects like dust and dirt on a scale from 0 to 6. The second number indicates protection against liquids on a scale from 0 to 9. The higher the number, the greater the protection. When there's an X in place of a number, it means it wasn't officially rated. So an X doesn't mean 0 protection, only that no data is available. The Ingress rating on the Ray-Ban Metas is IPX4. That's the same for the Gen 1s, Gen 2s, Meta displays, and the Oakley Houstons. IPX4 basically means that they're resistant to water splashes like light rain. They're considered splash-proof and sweat-resistant, so you're generally fine in the rain, but you don't want to keep getting them wet. The Oakley Vanguards are much better at IP67, so they're dust-proof and highly water-resistant, which makes sense since they're designed for more intense activities. None of the charging cases for any of the Meta glasses are water-resistant at all. So you can protect your glasses by putting them in the case, but how are you going to protect the case? I have a couple solutions here for your charging case. Now, no secondary case can really guarantee full waterproofing, but it's still a layer of defense in case of accidental liquid contact. The charging port on these cases are exposed, so they can easily be damaged. A second case is good to use if you're going somewhere where the charging case will be damaged, like to the beach or a theme park. Or apparently Shanghai in May, it rained on me every day that I was out there. A second case is also a good way to protect the charging case from drops and scratches. My favorite one is this clear one from ProCase. It's made to fit the Ray-Ban charging case perfectly, and I think it just looks cool. It's a slightly tighter fit, but it can fit the Oakley Houston case too. The second case I have is from Solwit. It is bigger than the other case, but it has a zippered pouch in the lid so you can put a charging cable, cleaning cloth, or extra lenses in there to keep everything together. It's a tight fit again, but the Houston case fits in here too. Unfortunately, neither of these can fit the Vanguard or display charging case. I am still looking for one that will, so let me know in the comments if you found one. Speaking about people with the Meta displays, I do have this accessory. It's more of a tips and tricks thing. This is a felt sheet that's basically like the liner you find in jewelry boxes. The charging case for the Meta displays is awesome. I love how you can fold it up and make it slimmer to toss into your bag. I don't even care about the screen in this thing or the neural band. This case is my favorite part of the displays. The problem with it though is when I was inserting my displays in the case, I noticed a frame rubbing against the plastic part. Everything on the inside of this case has this soft material, even the sides, but for some reason, the part where your displays go in is just straight plastic. So to protect them, I picked up these felt sheets. They're self-adhesive and come in a pack of 5. You probably don't need all of them unless you're a little OCD like I am. I cut this out a few times. You technically only need to cover the center area here where the bridge and nose pads are, but I cut it out to fit the whole thing. You can do it however you like. This sheet is thin enough where it doesn't affect the case at all, so you can still fold it like normal. It's a simple tip for anyone who owns Meta displays. I think these sheets were only $5 for $5 too. The last thing I have here, a couple things actually, will help anyone that has issues with their glasses sliding down their nose. So the first accessory I have here to help with the sliding are these ear grips from High-Blocks. This is the first thing I always suggest to everyone because they slip onto the end of the arms and are relatively discreet. I've tried a lot of ear grips that supposedly help with the sliding, but none of them are really that good. And a lot of them you had to take off before you could even put your glasses back in the case. These small grips work surprisingly well to keep my glasses on my face. These will fit on all the Gen 1 and Gen 2 Metas and the Meta displays. The Oakley Metas have those signature straight arms, so these ear grips won't work on those. If you're shopping for these, you might find them being sold with other grip pieces that go along the arm. I didn't really find any of the other pieces that useful at all, and personally, I think they ruined the look of the Metas. So just get these end pieces. Now to also help keep your Metas from sliding down your nose are a couple solutions for the nose pads. On my regular glasses, I sometimes use this on my nose pads. This is Nerd Wax, and it's a coating that you put on the nose pad to help keep them from slipping. It's super safe to use and applies like you would chapstick, but to your glasses. Be careful when applying these to your Metas though, because there's a mic set towards the bottom of the nose pads. It has a tacky feeling to it, but it's not sticky or gooey, and if you're using this in the hot summer, you'll probably have to reapply this a couple times throughout the day. It is easy to wipe off though when you need to clean your Metas. The problem with Nerd Wax though is that it only really works when the nose pads and glasses fit you to begin with. That's why they work great on my regular glasses. But because the Meta glasses don't have adjustable nose pads, they don't really fit me as well as my regular glasses. So I found the solution to this are these nose pads from Sedex. They come in different cuts and thickness, but what I found works best for me are the 1mm standard pads. Everyone is going to be different, so find out what works best for you. The only problem you'll have with these is that they keep getting ripped off because of the prongs of the charging case. If you get thinner nose pads, they won't rip off as easily, but no matter what thickness you get, they'll eventually lose their adhesiveness. I suggest that once you find the perfect nose pad for you, to get the bigger pack. I got a pack with 15 pairs and they're lasting me a while. Keep in mind that I have multiple Meta glasses too, and I use these pads on all of them. I'm also always taking them off and back on so I can make videos like this. So the bigger pack should last you a long time. Ultimately, what I found were these ear grips and the nose pads fixed 90% of my sliding issues. Again, everyone's face is different, so these solutions might be better for you or not help at all. But yeah, these are a few accessories that I think are helpful for anyone that uses Meta glasses. I've spent way too much money on accessories to figure this out. If you know of anything I need to try though, let me know about them in the comments. I'll waste my money so you don't have to.